you have a teenager that's always hungry, skipping meals, living on snacks, you're not imagining this. The teen years are one of the fastest periods of growth in all of childhood. This whole growth spurt thing is real. In this video, I'm covering the 11 foods that teens should eat for optimal health and growth. First, let's talk about why teens need a little bit of different nutrition during this stage of growth. They actually need more nutrients. Specifically, they need extra energy, a little bit more protein, more calcium, and definitely more iron. Why? We're supporting their healthy growth, their bone density, their brain development, their hormones, which are all needed for all of this growth. This is not time to restrict food or control calories. It's a time to lean into good nutrition that's going to support all of these very important processes. So let's talk about the foods that actually support healthy growth. First, let's talk about milk, yogurt, and fortified alternatives. Why is this a category? Well, because they showcase calcium, vitamin D, and protein. These are essential for bone growth and for peak bone mass. So during adolescence and into young adulthood, it's when your child is accumulating the most bone they will have for their entire life. This is very important because it sets them up for preventing chronic bone disease like osteopenia and osteoporosis. So think milk, fortified soy, yogurt, kefir. These are all great sources of milk, yogurt, and fortified alternatives. And listen, not all teens love dairy. That's okay. If you use a substitute for dairy, like soy milk or pea protein milk, just double check the label and make sure it's a good source of protein, calcium, and vitamin D. The second food teens should be eating more of are eggs. Yes, eggs are a growth powerhouse. Loaded with protein, great source of choline for the brain, and a host of other nutrients. The best thing about eggs is they're easy to make. Teens can make them themselves. They're affordable, and you could eat them anytime during the day. They're not just for breakfast. You can have them at lunch. You can have them for dinner. You can have them as a snack. The third food are lean meats. So meats that have a lower proportion of fat, but also contain a good source of iron. So iron needs skyrocket during adolescence. There's more blood volume because of the growth of a teenager. And if you have a female, a girl teen, they're menstruating, so they have increased blood losses each month, making their iron requirements higher during this stage of childhood. If you have an athlete, their iron needs are higher too. So when you're thinking about lean meats, we're thinking red meat, yes. We're thinking chicken and turkey. We're thinking also about iron-rich alternatives if your child is not eating animal foods. So we're thinking about beans as a great source of iron, but also a source of protein and fiber and all these other things that kids at this stage of life need. These foods support energy, focus, and endurance. Food sources of omega-3 fats, like fatty fish or walnuts, are supportive of the brain. They have an impact on brain development. They have an impact on your teenager's mood. And research has also shown that omega-3s have an impact on inflammation. So we want to have more of these foods in our teenagers' diet. Now, if your teen is not somebody who loves fish, they won't eat salmon or mackerel or tuna, for example, you can focus on some non-fish foods that will still provide omega-3 fats. Things like walnuts, chia seeds, or flax will help provide omega-3. And you can also find foods that are fortified with omega-3. For example, the eggs we just talked about, you can get them fortified with DHA. which is one of the omega-3s that we're talking about. Comment below if you want to learn more about omega-3s for your teenager or even for your child. I'll be making a video about that later this year, so let me know what you want to know about that. Pop it in the comments below. The fifth food that teens should be eating more of are whole grains. So I don't want to hear anything about carbs are bad, blah, 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 blah. They're not. They're not bad. They are a source of fuel for your child's brain, their muscles, their body to function properly. And if you have an athlete, they're the primary nutrient that an athlete uses on the field in competition and in recovery. Whole grains fuel growth, sports performance, and keep your child regular. Yeah, teenagers get constipated too. So when you incorporate whole grains into your teenager's diet, they're getting a great source of fiber, which will help them be regular. Think oats, whole grain breads, brown rice, whole wheat pasta. These are sources of whole grains that will help keep your teenager satisfied, but also keep their blood sugar regulated and avoid those spikes and crashes. Here's a food teens definitely don't get enough of: beans and lentils. And yet, if you can find ways to incorporate them into their diet, your teenager will benefit. They're full of protein, they're full of fiber, they have B vitamins, iron, great powerhouse of nutrients for your growing teenager. These are also budget friendly. You can put them in tacos, burrito bowls. You can take a can of beans and puree it into your tomato sauce for pasta, automatically adding protein and fiber and iron and zinc and just a whole bunch of goodness. So think about ways that you can start getting that worked into your teenager's diet. The seventh food that teens should be eating more of is fruit, especially the fruits that are rich in vitamin C. Fruit supports the immune system. They also help your child, if they're not eating meat, absorb iron in their diet. This is especially important for teenagers who don't eat meat. So what are the vitamin C fruits? Think oranges, grapefruits. You can even get them in vegetables. The eighth food is vegetables. Yep, even for teens, we're still working on incorporating lots of vegetables. The good news about teenagerhood is that oftentimes teens open up to vegetables. I see it all the time. I saw it with my own kids. I'll never forget the day that my 8th grader, my oldest child, I took her to a Greek restaurant and she ordered a Greek salad. I didn't tell her what to order. She looked at the menu and she ordered a Greek salad. And I was like, yes, something I did right. This is partly teenagerhood. Your kids are seeing other friends eating vegetables. They're been exposed to vegetables probably for a long time in your household, and they just reach that maturity and that level, that age where they open up and they try it and they find that they like it. You don't have to be perfect with vegetables, but vegetables do provide fiber and a great resource of other nutrients like magnesium, potassium, and other antioxidants, all of which help your teenager be healthy. You don't have to be perfect with the vegetables. You don't have to make a cooked vegetable every night. Raw veggies work just as well. Frozen vegetables work just as well. Whatever you can do to start incorporating vegetables into your adolescent's diet is a win. The ninth food teenagers should eat more of are nuts and nut butters. These are full of healthy fats, and that's important for brain development and brain function. The hormones that your teenager has probably peaked at, there's lots of hormones rolling around in that body, and healthy fats help with hormone production, and they also help with satisfaction. So remember, fat in your diet is a filling nutrient, especially when it's presented with a source of protein or a source of fiber. Fills up the tummy and keeps your teens satisfied so they can go for 3 or 4 hours without having their next meal or their next snack. All teens need fats, especially female teens. We need fat in our diet. It helps us keep our hair nice and smooth, our skin glowy. Our nails healthy. Make it easy. Your team can grab a handful of nuts. You can put it in a trail mix. They can take a small packet of nut butter to their after school practice as part of their snack before they work out. There's lots of easy ways to incorporate nuts and nut butters into your teenager's diet. The 10th food, cheese. Most teenagers I know love cheese. They like cheese on their pizza. They like cheese on their tacos. They like cheese on their sandwiches. Cheese is a source of protein and calcium and fat, a great powerhouse of nutrients. It's satisfying, it's easy to take with you on the go, and most teens like cheese. So find ways to help your teen eat more. And the last 11th food that teenagers should be eating more of is not really a food, it's kind of a category. It's healthy snacks. Snacking in adolescence can get really off the rails. But remember my snack formula: a source of protein and a source of fiber. Cheese, whole grain crackers, yogurt, granola. It's an easy formula and it helps teenagers get the nutrition they need while also being satisfied after they've eaten a snack. Remember, snacks aren't necessarily a problem. It's the unbalanced one food snack that can get your teenager into this cycle of snacking too much, snacking all night long, and overeating. So make those snacks nutritious and meaningful and help prevent that cycle from taking off and negatively impacting your teen's overall healthy diet. So how are you going to use these 11 foods? Here's the key takeaway. You don't have to eat them every single day. You're working on incorporating these throughout the week. Remember, your only job is to offer and to stay ahead of hunger. Your teen's job is to decide whether they're eating what you've offered or not. Adolescence is not a time to take your foot off the gas and coast. It's not a time to let your teenager make all the decisions about food. You're still at the helm, you're still in charge, and you still have a lot of impact on what your teenager ends up eating. Supporting your teenager's healthy growth just requires consistency and planning. If you would like more help in this area with your teenager, think about my group parenting program, Raise a Child Who Thrives at Every Size. We're a group of parents and I walk you through a 6-week program of what it takes to raise a healthy kid, no matter their size, whether they're smaller, mid-size, or larger in size. It's a great program, gives you footing and a lot of real life strategies and advice for dealing with some of the common challenges that happen during adolescence. I've got a link below if you want to explore it further. If you liked this video, please give me a like, follow, subscribe here, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Last, click and tap the screen for my next video. I think you're going to like it. See you next time.